Hey, it's Dr. Hannah with this week's Hot Topic. Today I want to talk to you about the difference between CBD oil and hemp seed oil. Now, cannabis, which is often referred to as marijuana, and hemp are two varieties of the exact same plant species, Cannabis sativa. Now, since they share the same name of the same species, they're often lumped in this big group that often brings a lot of confusion around what their differences are. Now, hemp seed is listed on bottles if you purchase it as cannabis sativa seed oil, and CBD or the cannabis is usually listed as a cannabidiol, full spectrum hemp, hemp oil, PCR, or PCR hemp extracts. Those are the more common ones that you'll see. So let's talk about the difference. So we'll start with cannabis or CBD. Now, cannabis is more the medicinal or therapeutic uses for chronic pain, mental health, and chronic long-term illnesses. So typically, you would need a medical card to get CBD. It does have THC, which is that psychoactive compound, which usually makes a person feel high. So that's why it's supposed to get a medical card, depending on what state you're in. And CBD oil uses the stalks, the leaves, and the flowers of the hemp plant in its production. So let's talk about the difference between that and hemp seeds. Now, hemp seeds have 0 THC, so people are not going to get high when they use this hemp seed oil or just the hemp seeds. It doesn't have any trace amounts of CBD, or it might have a slight depending on how it's made. And the seeds are cold pressed for oil production, so the oil can be used in cooking, such as hemp seed milk or granola. You find it a lot in beauty products and even some paint. Now, hemp seed comes from the seeds, so that kind of makes sense. And so it doesn't use any of the plants or the flower or anything like that, just plainly the seeds. And it does contain the omega-6, omega-3 fatty acids. You have the gamma-linolenic acid and other nutritional antioxidants. And it's also high in vitamin B and vitamin D. Now, with CBD, you can generally find 3 different types of CBD oil on the market. So you have your full spectrum CBD oil, which contains all the compounds of the cannabis plant. It does include the THC, but it's usually typically low level. You can also get a broad spectrum CBD oil, which contains several of the compounds, but not the THC, so you're not going to get high from it. And then you can just have the CBD oil, which is just has the CBD isolate, which contains only CBD. So again, this doesn't have THC in it. It reportedly helps healing with acne, sensitive skin, rashes, eczema, psoriasis, epilepsy, pain and inflammation, anxiety and depression. Can also help with an addiction management, inflammatory skin reactions or conditions, and neurodegenerative conditions. So CBD can be really helpful, especially if you get the right one. But it also does have a ton of antioxidants too. So there may be some cancer properties or cancer fighting properties in there. Now, since the full spectrum CBD oil contains the THC, people do use this one for more recreational purposes just because it has that psychoactive effect, so where they can get high. And the other effects of THC, so remember that's only the full spectrum one, has preventing nausea and vomiting. So that's a bonus of it if you would want to get high or anything. Now, hemp seed oil in particular is known for unclogging pores, having anti-inflammatory properties. It gives you superior moisturization to help the skin look young and feeling supple. Then it also can be added to a product or just used on its own as a face oil. So that's something else that it can do, and it can help you keep looking younger. People don't use hemp oil for recreational purposes. Again, like I've said before, because there is no THC, you're not going to get high from it. And there are several other health benefits that you can use it with for relieving constipation. It's providing cardiovascular health benefits, modifying the immune system. So it has all those antioxidants and the B and the D vitamins. It can improve your skin conditions, improve gastrointestinal conditions. So hemp seed oil does do a lot, but again, depending on if you want something a little bit stronger, the CBD might be better. Now let's talk about marketing. So why is there confusion? So since CBD and hemp seed are in the same family, they're often marketed completely incorrectly. So why do companies do this? The big reason is consumers are willing to pay more for CBD oil, and that's really just, unfortunately, that's just how it is. So people are willing to pay more for CBD oil just compared to the ingredient on hemp seed oil. So you just have to make sure of how they're marketing it to you. So it's super easy for a brand to say like, oh, it's hemp seed oil, and then they put a picture of a marijuana leaf on it. and they highlight the word cannabis to think that you're actually purchasing a CBD product when it actually contains no CBD at all. So you might be paying more. So that's really why you need to pay attention to actually what you're purchasing, and make sure that you're actually buying it from a reputable company. Because again, if you're working for some federal company that you can't have THC, or you get drug test and you buy something that has CBD or THC in it and you think you're just buying a hemp seed oil, that can be a problem. So that comes to the last point that I have, is CBD legal. Because it's the CBD products which do have the THC, they are illegal on the federal level, but certain states it is legal. So like Illinois and Colorado, we can buy CBD products without a medical license or a medical card. And you can just, it's legal. But if you go to other states, you can not purchase it. But hemp seed oil is legal everywhere. So it's legal on the federal level. Some states don't allow it, which is super weird, but hemp seed oil is legal on the federal level. CBD is illegal on the federal level, but certain states allow it. So those are kind of the big main components of the difference between CBD and hemp seed oil. It's still kind of confusing, but really the big thing is you just need to make sure you're actually paying attention to what you're purchasing. So then you know if you have a good product, a bad product, if it has THC in it, if it doesn't have THC. But make sure you do your research, buy it from a reputable source, and hopefully this is helpful. If you have any other questions, let me know. I have some really great resources for CBD products. So these are ones that do have the marijuana in it, the THC, but more on the medicinal level. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know, but that's all I have for you guys this week. I will see you guys next time.